Hi everyone, we are here in Poland, in Krakow, for the ACI World Customer Experience Summit, and I'm joined here by Askin Demir, who is CEO of Blaise Diagne International Airport. So Askin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
My first question for you is, how is the recovery of your airport going, and how was summer 2022 for you?
Well, actually, we are quite happy by end of September statistics and August as well. We are seeing that we are recovering the numbers of 2019. Only things, the defining of the passengers change. We had less passenger from the African market and more passenger on the European market. From one side, it is good because we are receiving more tourists from Europe. But on the other hand, we are focusing on the market that we lost, how we can get back. And also the typology of the passengers change. Before pandemic, our airport, our destination, it was more point-to-point destination. Mm-hmm. And now we have more transit passenger. Actually, our 10% of our passenger is transit. Well, for comparing for big airports is nothing, but for as we are on the beginning of the hub operation, it is quite important number. That's saying that in the future we will have more transit passenger as well.
And have you had to deal with workforce issues, and are you currently hiring?
Well, during the pandemic, that was a deal with our government, and that we didn't fire anybody from the airport, not only our company but the other companies as well. We keep our main workforce, and that's why we are not on the hiring process actually, as we keep our workforce as it is.
That's really good that you didn't have to let go of many people.
Well, on the some service provider we had this issue, but they are hiring back as well. The only difficult part for us, without activity, paying all the salaries. It is good for the social side, but it was quite challenging.
And what are your lessons learned from the pandemic and the past year?
Well, actually, pandemic, this is my 35 years in the business. In life, it's the first time I see a terminal without passenger, without workers. It was quite difficult times that we passed, not only for our airport, all airport actually. And we learned how we are fragile actually, how easy to our life and our working conditions changing. And although I saw some other crises with the Gulf War and some other crisis linked with Turkey, etc., that one, it was really special. And it changed our working, and it changed also the passenger life. And I'm seeing more tense passenger, looking around, especially it is when even you see this, some people slowly like sick. Is it virus? Is it this? And that's also still there, and it will take time, I think, to take it out.
So your passengers are still quite cautious, you would say?
Exactly.
So what trends are you seeing coming through with your passenger demographics or like passenger behaviour? What do they want their experience to be now when they travel through your airport?
Well, actually, first, when we opened the airport, the most important topics for us, it was safety and security. And now we are seeing that as we are changing from the point-to-point airport to the hub airport, we need to adapt this demand of airline and the passenger. And that's why we are trying to add more service points, not only the restaurant, but the other service points for our passengers who will pass more time than the usual on their transit flights. This is the major plan for us for the near future.
So you mentioned you want to change from being a point-to-point market to a hub airport. This must involve a huge change in your market structure and your philosophy. Like, what else is involved in this
Actually,
strategy?
This strategy is linked with the emerging plan of the government and related with Air Senegal development. On the opening of the airport in 2017, there wasn't Air Senegal. And they started the operation in the early months of 2018, but even though it was a point-to-point flights. Right after, actually just before the pandemic, they start to launch hub operation. It's kept for a couple of months and stopped with the pandemic. Now, right after pandemic, they launched a big program for the hub operation. Now, with Air Senegal, we are connecting almost 20 different destinations in Africa and out of Africa. This is a quite big change. And if we can keep this operation on that level with Air Senegal, probably it will grow. This is the biggest change that we have, actually.
I wish you the very best of luck with
Thank
that project. And what passenger experience initiatives are you running now?
Well, as we changed the airport from the old to the new one completely, because the old airport is on downtown and we are on the Greenfield Airport outside of the city. We use it like not like a challenge, but it is like an opportunity. We add several activities with our partners, business partners, to show the passenger that the airport, it is not only the point of traveling, but the point of they can pass their time in the terminal. Because when you are in the downtown airport, probably you take smaller time to traveling to the airport and checking your flight time. But when you are outside, you need to put more time, and they are passing more time also in the airport. What we do for this, yearly we have customer weeks, and to exchange with our passenger the Senegalese culture, Senegalese kitchen, and Senegalese lifestyle. And then we do some art activities. We are partnered with Dakar Biennale. During Dakar Biennale, we are exhibiting different local artists. Also, with different artists, also we are having some exhibitions on the fashion, on the art, on the music, and I think this is a good experience for our passenger, not only for foreigner passenger but local passenger as well, to have the sense of the culture of the Senegal.
Exactly, it's like sense of place so everyone knows where they are, and also for the nationals, they're proud of their heritage.
Exactly.
Now, what's on your agenda for 2023 as an airport CEO? I'm sure you've got lots on your plate, but the key things.
Well, actually, 2023 for us, it is very related with our major customer, which is Air Senegal. But as an airport, we want to create some more connection, because historically Dakar, it is the connection point of three continents: South America, Europe, and Africa. We are seeing this on the historics of Aeropostal when the Saint-Exupéry launched this service, and we want to come back on this with our partner Air Senegal to create connectivity on South America and Africa and Europe, not only on the passenger side but also on the cargo side. This is one of the targets we have for 2023, and we are working very hard on that.
And what opportunities do you foresee in the next year for your airport and also airports in general?
Well, actually, for our airport, it is very important to have the connectivity with our neighbor countries. Now, Senegal government launched a new program for the construction of new highways and train facilities as well. I think that will help us a lot. Another important project that we have in Senegal with Dubai seaports. There will be new seaport which connect Western Africa with the western side of the Africa, with South America and America. And I think that will be a very good project for us, especially for the cargo business. And related with this, we have three important projects. We will have another terminal, passenger terminal, and cargo terminal, and an MRO center, probably in 2 years' time.
I assume cargo was a bit of a bright spot for you during the pandemic.
True, because we are the western point of Africa. And we are the closest point of Africa to the South America and even the North America. And on the other hand, we are the closest country to another 15 countries on the Western Africa, and who will need the connectivity. Actually, most of these countries using our airport as a connectivity point. That's why it is important, the cargo activities.
And are you projecting an increase in cargo volume over the next
Well,
few
actually,
years?
our cargo volumes, even on the pandemic, it was increasing every year about 10%. Still keeping these numbers. Probably with this launch of new seaport and the connectivity with train and the highway, we may double up this number figures.
That's fantastic. Now, what is your business outlook as a final question? Are you positive?
Well, actually, when I started on the early 90s, one of my managers told me, when you feel for the first time the kerosene in the airport, you cannot leave it. And I'm sharing this with all my staff. Airline business, airport business, it is historically very positive business, because you are seeing the traveling, the people, you are helping them, and that's why I'm seeing today, although the airport in Europe is suffering with some issues, and I'm taking this on the positive side, because people want to travel. They want to travel. They want to go their normal life as soon as possible. That's why I'm saying that in a couple of maybe years, we will not talk about this COVID issues, as inshallah we will say, and we will talk about where we need to go for next holiday.
Yeah, where to next?
Yeah.
No, that's very well put.
Yeah.
That was my final question, Askin. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ali.